Okay, this is going to be part 2 of my comprehensive deck breakdown. Just went over Solemn Judgment, so let's continue. 2 Bottomless. Staple. You summon, I remove it. It's just that simple. 3 Dark Bribe. Negation. Dark Bribe really did help. When they played Warning or Solemn Judgment, I mean, they lose 2 grand or 4 grand. And I go Bribe. They're like, what? Amazing. It just is. 3-dimensional prison. Awesome. Mind Crush. Oh my god. Broken. It just is. It's just broken. Like, I honestly don't know how to explain it. Mind Crush is just broken. Like, every time they do anything, I can Mind Crush. Anything. It is just, like, I cannot tell you how ridiculous it is. Like, it just works. I mean, anytime they search, or anytime I know I can, like, forecast their plays. Like, someone goes, I played a Frog Monarch, and he literally went, Special Summon Treeborn. I'm like, sure. He's like, enemy control tribute Treeborn. I'm like, sure. He's like, Special Summon Treeborn back. I'm like, Mind Crush, lad. He's like, what? I'm like, Mind Crush, Light Darkness Dragon. He's like, no. Dump 2 lad out of his hand. Oh my goodness. Just pro card. Such a pro card. Mirror Force, Staple, and 2 Widespread Run. Not bad. They're like I might take these out. Like, I'm honestly thinking about running cylinders. Like, okay, hear me out on this, people. I'm thinking about running 2 cylinder and a ceasefire. People waste their life points. I mean, just waste them out the ass. Look, I cannot tell you how many times my opponent dropped themselves to like 2,000 or 1,000 life points just on them. Like, I didn't even attack them. They would go Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, 7 tools, and they're sitting at like 1,000 or 1,500. And I'm like, dude, if I cylinder your ass, it's game over. So I'm honestly thinking about running cylinder. Honestly, cylinder and ceasefire. It's a debate. I might actually do it because people just don't give a shit about their life points anymore. They waste them out the window and say, who cares? I'll still win. So, I might do that. Side deck, 2 Kinetic Soldiers. Wish to God I ran a third. Saw 5 Samurai decks. I think if I ran a third, I would have had better matchups and maybe more wins, but oh well. 2 Kinetic, amazing. One of the tech cards I did, Barrier Statue of the Inferno. Jesus. Like drop to your knees and hail the Barrier Statue. Like, I mean, I actually kind of wanted to main deck this dude with how good he is. I mean, he literally is a Fossil Dyna. I mean, especially against Frog. Like, Frog Monarch, Fish OTK, Dragoon, or not Dragoonity. Well, yeah, Dragoonity. Anything. You summon this dude and they're like, oh, so it's another Fossil Dyna. I'm like, yeah, it's a Fossil Dyna. That's all it is. They're like, that sucks. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. 2 MST. I didn't even get to use these. Like, I used them like once or twice, but I didn't even get to use them because, like, anytime I sided them in against Samurai, like, I didn't draw them when they had their their spell cards face up. So, and same with Twister. These 4 cards, as much as I hate to say it, didn't do me anything. They didn't help me. Like, if I had versed Dragoonity, that would have been a different story. And I know these are good cards because Dragoonities need their field card, Malefics need their field card, Skill Drain's out there, Decrees are out there. So I'm going to keep them in side deck, but it's just so hard because I didn't even get to use them. So, I don't know. Would I have taken them out? No. Because then I'd lose a lot of protection. I need them. Like, I just need them. 2 Big Burn. Complete anti-Dragoonity. Didn't verse a single Dragoonity. Would I take them out? No, because if I did versus Dragunity, I would want them in there. That's simple. Um, two Trap Hole, Anti-Monarch, Anti-Dragunity. I use these a lot against Monarchs. I played like 2 or 3 Frog Monarch, so I use these a lot against Monarchs. It's a good card, you know. I summon Ryza. Target? Your back row. Trap Hole. So, good card. I wouldn't take it out. It's a good card. Lastly, 3 Gozen Match. OMG brokenness. Samurais despise this card. They despise this card with a hate. I mean, there was some samurai players, when I flipped this card over, they like started raging like, you know, they were like just mad, dude. They were just like, oh my god. I mean, I know people get excited about this game, but dude, I had some people get pissed at me. I mean, like, I honestly like playing this game. And I understand you can get involved in the game, and when stupid stuff happens, you can get annoyed about it. But dear God, you know, I never thought people were this bad at the top tables. Like, if that's what it means to be at the top tables, I don't want it. I don't want it. You can keep it. Just, you can keep it. Like, for the love of God. Okay, let me put it this way. I played a guy on day 1, round 9, last round of the day. We were playing each other. He was running like Dandy Plant Monarch. It was really weird. I don't know. It was like Dandy Plant Monarch Synchro, something like that. And he's X1 and I'm X1, and we're playing. And like, yeah, we went into time. A judge came over, said, "Excuse me, sirs. Excuse me, gentlemen. You are in time. You have 5 turns. This is the first turn. Then it will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is a dice." He put the dice literally on the freaking board. Like, he put the dice on the board in front of both me and my opponent and said, "Okay, you have 5 turns. You count the turns." He pointed to me. I was like, "Okay." He said, "You count the turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After your turn, the game is over. Whoever's the highest life points wins this game." And I'm like, "Okay." Excuse me. So the judge walks away. He's playing. He I don't remember what he did. He had like Thought Ruler or something out. Oh yeah, he synchroed into Thought Ruler. He attacked my monster. I played compulsory, made him pay 1,000. He hit my gadget, did 13 to me, gained 14, ended his turn. I drew. I went, set a monster, set a back row, end. So, that was 1, 2. Now he goes, so 3. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So his second turn, he didn't have anything, so he just attacked with Thought Ruler, and he hit Fossil Dino. So Dino went boom. He gained 12. My turn. Third turn. I go. I'm like, I was thinking, I'm like, I'm like, yeah, set Fossil. Cause I had another Fossil. I'm like, your turn. He's like, alright, special summon Treeborn. I'm like, okay. He's like, activate monster born on Thought Ruler. I'm like, okay. He's like, tribute for Ryza. I'm like, Torrential? He's like, what? I'm like, Torrential tribute. He's like, so I was looking at his back, his face down, he's like, okay. So he sends them all to the grave. I send Fossil. He ends. 5th turn. Last turn. I draw. I don't even do anything. I literally just go, end. He's like, okay, he draws. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, drawing. I'm like, turn 5. He's like, turn 5 for what? What am I speaking Japanese? I'm like, time. We're in time. The judge just came over here and put it down. And he's like, there's a judge here? What? And like he was acting like he didn't know what happened. And I was like, what the fuck? So I had to call a judge. And the judge came over, and the judge was being completely nice. Like, I mean, completely nice. And he was like, what's going on? And I'm like, we went into time. It went through 5 turns. I was the last turn. He's opposing it. Like he was literally telling the judges, it's not fair that I'm winning by time. That they had to let me and him play out the entire match. It's midnight. It's like 12 p.m. And he's like, we must play out this entire match. I'm like, dude, we're still in game 1. I don't want to sit here till 2 a.m. in the morning playing this game with you. Because both our decks were like anti each other. I mean, it was stupid. But anyways, so we're sitting there. He's like, we have to play out the match. This isn't fair. And the judge was like, I'm sorry. Due to time rules, you were told you were in time. Blah blah blah. You had the 5 turns. You did not make up the life points, etc., 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 etc. And like he started just getting pissed. I mean, he's like, no, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. And he started yelling at the judges and stuff. And more judges came over. They're like, what's going on? What's going on? They were trying to be kind, solve the problem. And he's yelling at them, calling them stupid and saying they're cheating and all this stuff. And he was just like yelling at them. And they're all like, sir, it's time. You know how time works. You're not stupid. Because apparently this guy is at the top tables a lot during shonens. And he's like, but this is the last round. It doesn't matter if we go into time. We can play this out. Because apparently he thought that he had the game won. He literally told the judge, he's going to lose. He's going to lose. I've got this game won. I'm like, other than the life points, I'm like, I'm at 66. You're at like 25. You have no monsters. I'm holding a gadget. I'm going to summon the gadget, smack you, and bring you like to a grand. And I've got 2 face downs still. I don't know how you say you've won, but whatever. So he was saying, he was just pissed. Like he was like no, just going off at the judges and stuff. And in the end, he refused to sign the match slip. Like he was like, I'm not signing the match slip. I'm not signing the match slip. Like he refused to sign it. And they had to have the head judge come over, and the head judge was like, literally, you sign the match slip or, you get banned. I mean, because that's illegal to not sign a match slip saying someone else won. You have to acknowledge they won, whether you like it or not. And he was like, fine. So whatever, he signed the match slip and threw the pen across the table at me. He's like, I'm happy, dude. I'm happy. I hope you fucking lose tomorrow. And he like stormed out. What the crap? I don't even understand. I don't understand. Like, I really don't. So anyways, my deck pissed people off. Like, and that's just one of the stories. Like, there was some other ones that me and my friends just sat there going, did that really just happen? I mean, some dude, like, threatened to, like, jump me in the bathroom and, like, kill me, pretty much. I'm just like, who do you think you are? So, I don't know. Kids get way too into this game. But anyways, that's my deck profile. It did very good. It pissed a lot of people off. It made me happy because I did really well. 9-2. I would have loved it if I topped, but I didn't. So oh well. I said this has been a deck breakdown. The only cards that I didn't run that I thought I was going to run was Summon Limit, and honestly, it's because Summon Limit is bad. Like, I mean, I hate to say it, but in playtesting, Summon Limit was not effective enough to win me games. Like, I mean, Drastic Drop-Off was so much better, like, honestly. Or Summoning Curse. So, in the end, I couldn't run Summoning Limit. It just didn't give me enough advantage. Whenever they would see Summoning Limit, they would play around it. That's how they got around it. They would set the Kagamusha, wait a turn, then go normal summon, synchro, and then, special summon Shien. So they would play around it. So basically, good card. I just ended up not running it, and my deck performed flawlessly. Like, I love this deck. Like, it's literally like, no, you lose. That's all it does. So this deck made me very happy. It's a good deck. I love running it. So, this is DaGadgetGuru. Breakdown of my deck that I ran at YCS, and I'll catch y'all later.